Where did Jack
Oak Street.
Oak Street?
We'll have a block across from all these apartments.
Okay. Well, I've got books for her and Bobby.
Oh, she's the last
He's been sick. Ready?
She's the last actual house.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Public Works Committee meeting, Tuesday, October 14th. Roll call, please.
Chairman Mike Poore.
Present.
Vice Chairman Mike O'Kane.
Here.
Alderman Barry Johnson. Tom Hightower.
Here.
Jim Pichard.
Here.
Carolyn DeToy.
Present.
Ed Butler.
Here.
6 present.
6 present. Also let the record reflect Alderman Johnson did call and ask to be excused, so he's excused. And the mayor is actually, we have a delegation from the Illinois Destination Association in town. He's hosting them at the Fisher tonight. We're going to Danville Stadium tomorrow and showing them around some of the other things in our community we need to be very proud of. Trying to get some positive vibes going with the other communities in the state. So I think there's supposed to be about 80 different communities represented. So that's where he is. So with that, we do have a quorum, and we'll move on to item number 2, the minutes. We'll be approving the minutes from September 9th, 2025. If there are no corrections, need a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Item number 3 is the approval of the agenda. There's no changes to the agenda, so need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Moving on to item number 4, audience comments. Madam Clerk?
We have one. Miss P.J. Bourne would like an update on street name change.
Yes, hello. I am PJ Bourne, and I came because I was told that our mayor would be looking into changing our street or looking into the information on how to change our street or my street. And so I came for that. Though he's not here, I would take the opportunity to address the broadcast, that everyone that is listening to the broadcast would take an opportunity to help me and help the mayor assist in changing the street name. And I'll leave it like that and come back when he's here.
Logan, anything?
I can mention.
Okay.
Literally yesterday, I finished up a draft document for review by staff. It'll go to the mayor, and then I would assume that it's going to come to the city council for review in the very near future.
Okay.
So it is being worked on.
And thank you so much, and congratulations on your new role.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Bourne.
That's all I have.
Anyone else wish to address the Public Works Committee? Okay. Moving on to Chairman's comments. I have nothing at this time. Moving on to item number 6, approve the payrolls. These will be from the October 10th, 25 run. Need a motion and a second, please.
Second.
So moved.
And we have a motion and a second. Questions on the payrolls? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman O'Kane.
Yes.
Hightower.
Yes.
Pichard.
Yes.
DeToy.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Poore.
Yes.
6 yes.
6 yes, thank you. Item number 7, approve the vouchers payable. These will be from a special run on October 8th and a regular run on October 14th. Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Hightower.
Yes.
Pichard.
Yes.
DeToy.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Poore.
Yes.
O'Kane.
Yes.
6 yes.
6 yes, thank you. Moving on to item number 8, public transportation. Director White, you've got your information monthly report, and then I know you have some other things you want to bring up as well. So it's all yours.
Yes, sir. Thank you. There's a couple things I wanted to bring to you guys to see if you would bless off on it coming to full council next week. First is I'm in the process of pricing out a new work truck for our maintenance department through Sourcewell as well as other dealerships to see where we can get the best price. That'll actually be paid for with a grant that we currently have that if we don't get used pretty soon is going to be gone. So that's the first thing. Secondly, until everything is decided with Chris, our contract with them expired on October 30th. I just need to bring an extension till October 30th of 26 next week to be approved, just so we have it on file until the final decision is made with them.
So if it's okay with the committee, Director White asked if we could just move that forward to the full council for a vote next week. That's okay with everybody? Okay?
Yeah.
Because the firm decisions haven't been made yet on who's going to actually operate and things.
I've had some lengthy conversations with IDOT here lately, so we'll probably see something here pretty quick.
Okay. Okay. All right, now we'll move on to the meat of the meeting. Public Works Director Rui, we have 9A, a resolution approving a memorandum of agreement with Ameren, Illinois, and a budget amendment. Need a motion and a second, please.
So maybe.
Okay, and as I was asked, what the heck is this?
All right. Well, this is the beginning, the memorandum of agreement. This is basically the us setting things up and giving the mayor the ability to sign this MOA in order to accept funds that are being granted to us from Ameren. And just to give honor where honor is due, Alderman Butler actually helped bring this financial grant about. So the city was basically approved for a $75,000 grant from Ameren for the electrification of transportation. So basically, as Ameren has described it to us, this is money that we are going to accept. It goes into a bank account and it'll stay there until we figure out exactly what we want to do to spend that money. Anything that goes towards the electrification of vehicles, whether that be a charging station, adding electric vehicles to our fleet, any sort of situation like that, we're able to use those funds for. If we want to put in infrastructure that would then, allow for future charging stations, anything like that. So with that, they've also did a survey of charging stations and infrastructure availability, and also where potential locations for charging stations may be. So we have that as well that we could use as a guide to spend that money. But as of right now, that money has to get allocated to us and brought to us before the end of the year, or the people at Ameren lose money and they can't give it to us. So this is basically passing it so that we're able to accept the money, but we do not have a plan for spending currently. That plan will come in future time to council.
Some of the timelines in the little spread, January 30th for 2025 implementation plan. Were we doing this along, or is this just part of we're just getting in on the tail end of it?
Yeah, so when it was brought to us, actually a lot of the legwork was done. So Ameren had basically a third-party company that they had set up that did this implementation plan and put it together. So when we were brought into the fold, this plan was already put together, and it's basically just hey, these are the areas that we see are good areas that you may look at putting charging stations for the public, or that type of deal. So
okay.
It also gives an analysis of where there are current stations available.
So we'll have 75,000 coming in. We have to set up an account for, and then 75,000 expenditures that also has to have a line item created.
Yeah, we just don't have a plan yet for exact usage of those
Right.
funds. That'll come,
Yeah.
at a future date, once we have a little bit more time for figuring out what we want to do with that.
Okay.
So,
And so, do they discuss any other funding that needs to be added to it? I know those AVs are kind of expensive.
so right now we have $75,000 coming to us free and clear, no match requirement or anything like that. Whatever we decide to do with that money, which I can tell you just from the little bit of research we've done, $75,000 does not even put in a charging station
No.
at all. So, different electric vehicles you may be able to purchase with $75,000. Maybe that goes into the fleet. Maybe that, saves money there. Those are things that we need to talk about. But basically anything above the $75,000 that we spend, that will have to come from other resources outside of this money.
Right.
At Conservation Foundation, we just paid for charging stations, solar at Kennecott and Forest Glen and things. So you may want to reach out to them. I mean, they bought a couple new trucks, electric trucks and charging stations.
Okay.
Okay.
Dave, assuming we do start putting in some charging stations, where would they be located at?
Well, that would be up to you guys to decide. I think we would probably bring recommendations for that at that time. To be honest with you, off the top of my head, there were a few locations around the downtown area. That's what I remember, honestly. I remember most of them being kind of around the downtown area from what I...
Yeah, there'll be a really specific study that is, there's a strategic plan and strategies that consultants use, and that we would deploy as well to select those locations, depending on what already exists and traffic patterns, and we would strategically locate them for, economic development purposes as well.
Yeah. Currently, is there anyone besides the casino that has any here in town?
Well, I'd have to pull that up. I tell you what, we can share that
Carl.
plan with you guys that they put together, just so that you
Carl
have it.
does.
I know there's a couple at DAC. I think Carl has a few.
Carl
So,
has
yeah.
some as well. And
Yeah,
then-
we'll share that with you guys.
Okay.
Send it
And
out,
then
yeah.
those are good locations, and I'm sure that when people come to Danville, I was hoping that we can get with the library, and everybody doesn't know where the library is. And I tell you, that we might put one there. Probably it's centrally located in the middle of town.
Yep.
Alderman T.
Is there a spend down by date for these funds? I didn't see
Yeah.
anything
So
in the contract.
there's not. So we asked all these questions of like, what's our time limit here? Because we don't even have we don't have a thought yet of what we want to do with it, and we don't really have time to get a plan put together and stuff. He's basically like, we just need to get the expenditures out the door to you by the end of the year. There's no time limit on this, but when we spend the money, we report back to them what we spent it on. But it's very, the way it was described is it's very loose as far as what you can spend the money on. It's just has to go towards the future electrification of transportation.
Right.
Says our first step is within 1 month of the funding being received. A press release. Okay.
Is this something that Ameren created, or are they passing the money through from somebody else?
So this money will come directly from Ameren.
Okay.
All right, seeing no other questions, roll call, please.
Alderman Pashard,
Yes.
DeToy,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Poor,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Hightower,
Yes.
6 yes.
6 yes, thank you. 9B is a resolution awarding bid number 784 for the Carver Park Court Coverings Project and a budget amendment. Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Dave?
So I don't know if you guys recall at Elmwood Park a few weeks ago, we brought a change order for that project due to some base failures that we had. When looking at Carver Park, those were more evident. Carver Park is the courts are probably a little bit further gone even because we're trying to maintain the surface that was there and recoat it. So due to that, there's a lot more prep work that needs to be done there than there were at other locations. So we went ahead and got the other locations rolling, and you'll see the same. So the same cork coating that we're anticipating going on here has already been installed at Elmwood and at Cannon. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the pictures of Lincoln yet to know if it's done at Lincoln yet. But anyway, there's a lot of prep work that goes into this one. So we found that out when we got pricing back. Found out that it was over our $50,000 limit. So we basically put it out publicly, and the same people we got pricing from prior bid on it. So anyway, we're bringing that. What we're doing is basically we had a CIP for it set up for $25,000. Everything above that, we have a lot of savings from a few different other CIP projects. Lincoln Park being one of them for sure. That money is going to flip over, so I think there's the extra $56,087 is coming from CIP savings, and then there's an extra just under $8,000, $7,913 that'll come from our current operating budget. We have money in the operating budget to make this happen. We're just wanting to make sure that, man, if we're able to capitalize and get as many of these parks coated and save the court, if we let these courts go for too much longer, we're going to have total rebuilds like we did at Cannon, like we did at Elmwood, and so we're trying to do our best to get them coated and get them sealed up.
Drainage is good around that. Drainage pretty good around that one, yeah.
Yeah, that I believe, I don't know when it got put in, but it's pretty recent. It's just prior to my time, and the coatings have just seen their expended life. Now, these coatings are different than what we have done in years past. In years past, our crews have gone in, sealed it crack sealed it, and then rolled a different type of coating on. This is a much thicker coating, and it's supposed to last 20 years. So, we're looking at this as an investment of like, okay, let's give it some longevity here and really make sure that these hold up and withstand the test of time. So
probably a lot more flexible coating.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman DeToy,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Poor,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Hightower,
Yes.
Pashard,
Yes.
6 yes.
6 yes, thank you. 9C is a resolution awarding bid number 785 for the 2025 sanitary and storm sewer rehabilitation project. I need a motion and a second, please.
So move.
Second.
Okay, Dave? Or
Yeah, I can explain this one. As you can see in the resolution, this is to award to Hare Construction for point repairs and cured-in-place pipelining of sanitary and storm sewer. We actually did this project in-house. It's for about 7,300 lineal feet of storm and sanitary. The storm sewer that's being replaced is up by George Fox Drive. There's existing 12-inch, what we call butt joint concrete pipe that's literally just, butts together, and there's been a lot of sinkholes. And we discovered one line actually goes under a private shed there, so we're going to relocate it. But what we're going to do there is do what we call cured-in-place pipeline, is basically lining the pipe. They go in there and blow in a liner from manhole to manhole. And we're doing that with the sanitary as well. Majority of this project is for sanitary sewer lining and point repairs. There's about 15 point repairs that it's in the general location of Voorhees up to Swisher between Gilbert to Oak Street. That's the majority of the area where there's a lot of older sanitary sewer that has got a lot of infiltration. And the point repairs are also infiltrating through cracking of the old clay line there.
Yeah.
How many more years would that lining preserve it?
Good question. Yeah, 50 years is what they.
50 years,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's supposed to
Lot
extend
cheaper
the
than
life about
replacing
50
the whole
years.
thing.
Yes, yes, it is.
a lot quicker, too.
Yes.
And so what type of lining is that? You know, I've been seeing those plumbing jobs, they put a balloon in and blow it up. Yeah, I'm just asking a question.
Yeah,
A sock.
it's like a sock,
Like
a
a sock.
fibrous sock material.
Mm.
And if you ever been around it, it's pretty potent.
Huh?
It's got sort of a
It's a resin.
like a resin has a resin smell to it. But they have to heat it up, steam it, and they literally it's just flat, and then they put it in there, and they blow it through the line. It's an
Gotcha.
incredible technology. It truly is. Then after they put that liner in there, then they have to come back and then they cut out all the individual taps. And if we find that there's a tap that's in poor shape, then we'll put in what they call T-liners. They literally go in there and insert a T-liner that will seal that private tap into the main line there.
Yeah. Remember when they did that on North Vermillion with the water company? When they, rather than digging up and replacing all the lines, they blew the socks in and,
Right, exactly.
you know.
Water main lining is even more difficult just because it's under pressure, and it's
Yeah.
not like sewer lining that's not under pressure, but that
Same.
is
Just
really
amazing, that
yeah.
technology. Time savings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that the cost for that, we got bid prices, so we've got 6-inch up to 18-inch, just to give you an idea. And the unit price is about $41 to $113 a lineal foot for that lining.
Okay.
Other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Butler,
Yes.
Hoare,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Hightower,
Yes.
Bouchard,
Yes.
Detoy,
Yes.
6 yes.
6 yes, thank you. 9D is a resolution awarding a contract for bid number 787 for the West Main Street sidewalk replacement. Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
All right, so this is for the replacement of the sidewalk that's missing right now. They're just right out the front door of City Hall over to Vermillion Street. Per IDOT standards, we have to replace that, even if it's a temporary thing, or even if it's going to change in the future. We have to replace that sidewalk section there to allow for traversability along Main Street right there. So I don't know if you guys recall this. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But Breezy Tower, actually, in the basement of Breezy Tower, there was a walkway, and the ceiling was actually the sidewalk of that section of basement. So when they removed the basement, the sidewalk came with it. So we were aware of this. We already knew that this was the case. We did not put it in the contract intentionally because we believed that a demolition contractor giving us a number for concrete work, which we have contractors all over Danville that do this, we were fearful that it would be an inflated number. So anyway, we did it we basically bid it out in-house. So.
Okay. Seeing no questions, roll call, please.
Alderman O'Kane,
Yes.
Hightower,
Yes.
Bouchard,
Yes.
Detoy,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Hoare,
Yes.
6 yes.
6 yes, thank you. 9E is a resolution reallocating remaining ARPA funds. Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
And then before I mess it all up,
Yeah.
I'll,
Yeah.
from what I understand,
Yep.
this can only be used on current unclosed
Yep.
projects. No new expenditures for any new projects. So, if we want to give money here or there, that can't be done. And if we don't reallocate the funds that we saved on construction costs on this last phase, so that's where the additional money is coming from, we would have to return it to the federal government.
Yes.
So,
So
close?
Yep, that's very close. So we've got that's a very good synopsis. I was going to crack a joke and say I'm going to try to make this as simple as I can, but there's a lot of moving parts here because there's a lot of different projects that are all involved in it. So he is correct. So any projects that have been done in the past and everything, if they've been closed out, we can no longer do a change order in that area or anything like that. So we have 2 projects that are still open that the money can be put towards. We have the Garfield Park project that's still open, and we have stormwater projects that are open. We're going to try to allocate money towards both. The extra funds basically came from, there were some storm sewer bids that came in lower than the projected budgets. And then there's the extra contingency money that we had set aside for these projects through ARPA to encumber funds, and assuming that there would be some contingency needs on the projects, which we have gotten into some of those contingencies, but we haven't spent near the contingencies that we set aside. So it's great because the projects were fully funded through ARPA, and now we have extra funds that we're able to reallocate and make sure we get spent. So we've come up with a recommendation of how to best spend those funds. And so there's two ways that we're going to do this, but the biggest thing is we want to make sure that we get the biggest bang for the buck through the remaining ARPA dollars. We're not planning on putting anything new out at Garfield Park, but what we do want to do is the things that we're required to maintain currently that are already there is the road that surrounds Garfield Park, goes through industrial, commerce, and I don't know what it is on the south side. Is that's also commerce, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So commerce turns. So anyway, the Boys and Girls Club parking lot, which I don't know who's been there and looked at this lately. It's not in great shape. The parking lots or the parking areas that are on both sides of Commerce Street there along between the Boys and Girls Club and the pool. And then also at the pool, within that project, they cut out from the original bid, they cut out some things. And so there's gravel lots there that technically should not remain as gravel lots that need to go to hard surface. That'll get done. So all those roads are getting resurfaced, would be our plan. And then also the sidewalk that is along Fairchild, that's in the right of way of the street there, that got removed when a lot of those houses got demoed. That sidewalk is still missing, and so this is a way we're seeing, okay, let's fund that as well. So what we're trying to do is get creative, utilize these ARPA funds, and yes, it's surrounding Garfield Park, it's there in Garfield Park, but it's also things that are already existing, we're already going to have to maintain, and are already in disrepair and really in need of maintenance. So we thought, hey, this is a good opportunity here to capitalize on it, on the remaining funds, and let's get these up to snuff. In addition, if we're going to have a brand new park and it's going to be a really nice park, we also want to make sure that the roads are maintained around them. So that's one part of the project. So we're going to we're anticipating spending, I don't remember the exact amount. Yeah, it's 433. Yeah, there we go. All right. And then the remaining, we're anticipating flipping over and spending on the storm sewer projects. However, please understand, these projects were designed out, and then they were bid out, and what is designed is being constructed right now. So we can't just tell them to do more work without it being designed. And so we need to, but we do have future phases that are already set up through our stormwater master plan. So we are saying, hey, let's design future phases that we will then allocate funding for out of our sewer fund that can go towards those in future projects. But for right now, we really need to get the design done for those before we can do any construction. So that design is what we're proposing to pay for as well. Now, the reason we don't want to do too much design is if we set aside too much design, we don't have the income to be able to perform all these projects. And so you get a design done and then it sits on the shelf for 5 to 10 years. And now that design is completely outdated. And you've kind of wasted money there. So we're trying to make sure we're getting enough designed that we're able to, within the next 3 to 5 years, get those projects on the docket and funded through 402 sewer fund, but not go completely crazy and get too much done where we can't get the project done. So
finishing up needed improvements around the park. Fairchild and.
And then the last thing I
Then-
forgot to mention, the same with Carver Park,
Yeah.
Garfield Park courts, they're needing coated as well. Well, what a great time to just go ahead and get them coated with the ARPA funds, and then they're done and maintained as well, so.
Okay, Alderman Butler.
Yeah, the ARPA fund, I kind of felt that it wasn't being used correctly from the get-go. I'm just saddened that that the ARPA fund was not used for the homeless from the Jump Street. And so it's sad that we couldn't implement when we reallocate
Yep.
funding, and that the Fairchild building, school there wasn't included somehow down the line, to where that if we got future monies, and that would be open so that we could help them open up that facility or do more work. I mean, it's a big building, and and he's struggling. They're going to have a benefit. It's coming Saturday. They're trying to raise money there to help. Raise money to remodel the building, and I kind of think this. We kind of push this money around, and then I think, don't we have like our park money that we fix up the park? So we get funding grants to fix up the parks.
Oslade grant.
Yeah, the OSLAD grant, which we received for Garfield Park, which has also saved us money on. So
Yeah.
the ARPA funding for Garfield Park, that is what you see today. The ARPA funded portion of the project is done. So what you see there, that's what ARPA paid for.
Mhm.
Everything coming, football field, goalposts, I think we were looking at bleachers, the playground equipment, a pavilion. We're looking at potential, like, concrete bag set area type thing, multiple areas for multiple age groups of children, different gym equipment type of thing. So all of that is what that OSLAD grant is paying for. So yes, there is potential for parks to get funded in that way. That's how Ellsworth Park was funded, but those grants are not, those aren't easy to come by either. It took a lot of effort for those grants to be attained, I guess. So I don't, I can't speak to any decisions that have been made in the past. The main thing is on this right now is we're trying to make sure that we allocate this funding towards current needs. And I would just encourage everybody, hey, before next week, when it goes for a vote, man, drive out there, drive through and look at the parking areas and the roads that we're looking to overlay. We definitely want to make sure if we don't spend the ARPA money on that stuff, we're going to have to spend, operating budget on it anyway. It'll be streets money going to maintain those streets, and it's a needed expense.
And if we don't expend it, it goes back.
Correct.
Yeah, that's true there too. And because I was looking where it said about the vouchers payable, and I saw where there was $16,000 was allocated for something. Yeah, it didn't say what it was for.
On vouchers payable.
Yeah, right there. There's a line item down there where it says
From ARPA funds?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we can check on that.
Yeah.
Yes, done been voted on now. I just had a question of what was it for?
I have to go back and look at it.
Yeah.
All right, Alderman Teague?
I got a few questions. What is the deadline for spending down the remainder of the ARPA funds? Does anybody know?
Yeah.
12/31/26.
Okay.
What is it?
The end of 2026.
February.
End of 2020.
12/31 deadline.
And then I want to make sure that I understand correctly, because this might change my next question. So we had a list of projects that we originally approved I'm assuming we sent those projects to the federal government, and therefore the reason why we are limited as to what we can spend the remainder on is because those projects were approved.
Those projects are closed out.
Okay.
So they're no longer open projects that we're allowed to allocate dollars towards.
Okay. Now, I recall from our original ARPA plan that there was an allocation for some nonprofit grants. Were those then, was that later removed and changed, or?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay. Because I do recall that from our original ARPA plan. It wasn't that much money. It was a smaller amount, obviously, than the park or the sewer and stormwater grants. But I do also know that we've never awarded those funds. And obviously, I know plans change, and I believe that one of the reasons why plans change is because, if I remember correctly, and this was a long time ago, I've slept many nights since then, is that some costs came in higher,
40% higher,
right, than we expected. And so I remember that one of the reasons, if I recall correctly, that we had to shift some funds around is because some of the things that we were planning to fund got way more expensive because economics 101, right? So, but now that we have money left over, I'm wondering, okay, well, what about the things that were on that original plan that were not construction-related projects? And this might not be a question that can be answered tonight, but it is something that we should probably address at next week's meeting.
I actually believe I can answer that, and at least I'm fairly certain I can, and we will get verification of this this week. But my understanding is, okay, so the budget gets changed. Everything had to be encumbered through PO by the end of 2024.
Yes.
Okay.
And so everything is already encumbered. What we are basically saying is, hey, money has been freed up because things came in cheaper than what the POs were established at. And so now we have to reallocate those funds to open projects, or we're going to lose the money. So this here, what we're doing tonight is simply taking the funds that were already encumbered under a project and shifting them into another open project, but we can only do the current open projects. And I guess the other answer that I don't know the answer to, as far as what happened to that and all that, I would say anytime that the budget has had to change, that has to come through council to get voted on to change. So I would assume there's minutes on that. Right. That we can look into.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Because I don't recall. I do recall when prices went up, right? I recall that we were shifting money around. I just don't recall if and or when the funds that we said were going to go to local nonprofits came off the table. And obviously what you're saying makes sense if it can only go to an open PO. If those things were never opened, then we can't shift money there. Yeah. But I just want to make sure that, we can tell. There are people who have actually brought this up to me many times since then. So we need to be able to tell the people what happened with those grant dollars that we originally said. And I think it was like $250,000 or $300,000. I know it was less than $500,000 that we originally said we're going to go to some nonprofits. Why that came off the table, especially now that we're moving money around and we said we have extra money left over. Now, understanding grants, I understand why it has to happen the way that it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think those like the projects we had, they were anticipated to spend to cost a certain amount of money, and so the changes to the budget are definitely had to be voted on and stuff. So we can bring back those meeting minutes and find out what happened. I just don't recall it all.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to know that answer, but thank you.
And I think didn't several things from the original Garfield Park project get cut?
Yes.
As well, because
the original
the funding costs came in so much higher.
Yes, I believe actually this road was part of it. So that's another item. The one thing I forgot to note is we can't bid anything out. We can't give it to a different contractor or whatever. We have an open PO, and what we are doing is hey, contractor, please give us pricing for a change order on this contract. We can't go out to bid. We can't do anything else. It has to be on this contract. So that's why it's being done as a change order.
I also think it would be helpful to identify the things that were cut from the original Garfield Park plan, and then which things are now coming back.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
And so with that gravel there then that you said that shouldn't be there, but then was that in the original bid? Was it
I'll have to look.
concrete?
I'll have to look exactly. I don't want to misspeak.
Yeah.
I wasn't very involved in the project back at that time, so I'll need to do some research.
But that is against our ordinance to have gravel.
Yeah, yeah. That we knew that was something that was going to have to be addressed.
Yeah, but that was beside the point there, though, there. If it wasn't supposed to be there, it's there now, and we paid for it out of the original money, fine. Yeah, so we don't pay for it there, so now they're gonna have to probably redo it, and not out of that $433,000.
Are you saying we paid for the gravel there?
Yeah, right.
What you're
That
saying?
we shouldn't have to pay for them to remove it. They should have done it right the first time.
Understood. I would say that gravel is going to have to be there anyway as a base for the stuff that's getting put in. So whatever gets cored out and hauled out, we'll keep and use it in grading alleys or whatever. If there's any that gets graded out, it'll be very minimal, I'm sure. So, but understood. Point taken.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that one part there where it says American Rescue Plan Act 705, I mean, what is that?
That was ARPA funds, right?
Yeah, that's ARPA fund.
Yeah.
And so that was voucher.
You found it, what
Yeah,
page you
yeah, I
on?
found it. 2 of 2. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was slow earlier.
Was that on the regular payables or?
About vouchers payable.
Alderman Butler.
Yeah.
Tim's got it pulled up here. It looks like it was for the single audit.
It was the single audit?
Yes.
Okay, because it doesn't
Was the
say.
the amount was for
It doesn't say about.
$14,400?
Yes, $16,787.50.
We'll look at it.
Yeah, we'll look into it.
That's the only expense in the ARPA stuff that looks like that, around that amount. Everything else is much larger.
Okay, and it was for.
It was Clifton Larson Allen basically doing an audit for us of the ARPA expenditures is my presumption.
Oh, presumption,
Yes.
but we're not for sure.
I'm certainly not. I've not been engaged on any of this stuff to date.
Yeah, I think the comptroller.
Because we had to have those funds audited, right, our expenditures and things?
If the check is to CLA, it is for the single audit required by law for ARPA.
Yeah, okay, I just want some clarity. I didn't know when it says ARPA fund, and this is ARPA fund, so I didn't know how y'all mix it all up. Yeah, I'm just learning.
Alderman O'Kane?
The Dines property, are they gonna be in and out before the end of 26?
I do have a hopefully concrete date. Closing on the property into 2003 East Voorhees should occur in November. November 3rd to be precise. Dines will own both buildings for 3 weeks. And then November 20th, I believe, roughly, the city of Danville will close and take ownership of the Dines property, and it will be removed.
Okay, and then what are we doing with that property in relationship to the money being spent and stuff? I assume
Yeah.
we're demo.
Yeah, we're gonna do
three
it.
buildings to demo
Yep, we're gonna demo them in-house,
in-house,
and then all that'll be graded out and turned back into grass.
just grass area. There's no playground equipment or anything.
Not over there. The playground equipment will be over by the Boys and Girls Club.
And that comes out of the regular city budget then?
Yeah.
Mr. Butler, I found the check that you were referring to.
Oh,
It
you
was
found
actually
it, all
It was
right.
actually to the Farnsworth Group, and it's for 2023 stormwater management improvement designs.
Oh, okay, gotcha, okay. Yeah,
And since
okay.
ARPA's paying for some of that, that's why it references
I
ARPA, I'm
see.
assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I just have a whole lot of concern that, we put $14 million in there, and so now we're getting ready to put another $433,000 in there. Man, that's a lot of money. I don't see $14 million.
Let's use it or lose it. I mean, that's what we're being told. You use it or you lose it.
You're right. I understand that, but I still, my eyesight, construction abilities, I don't see $14 million worth of stuff in that park. We could have done more if we'd have had time to negotiate. That young group here, I don't think they were here. I don't think during
No,
the
because
time
this was all decided on December of 2024, right? Is that when we had to, December 2024 is when we had to have everything committed?
Yeah, that's when we had to have everything
Committed.
Yeah, there's been a lot of dates. I don't know, honestly, I wasn't very involved in this until the date of December 2024 when we had to have everything encumbered in PO.
Yeah.
I was involved in that
talks
date.
were going on before that, that whole year deciding on projects and things.
You're right there. So back then, if we had done more investigation on what we wanted in that park from the get-go, we wouldn't have to, they wouldn't have to go through all that stuff there. It's
a lot of it.
Yeah, I kind of think we got shafted.
Yeah, a lot of it, the park design got put in, and there was a public outreach meeting and everything when it came to the park, so the community heard. We got to hear the community's opinions of what they wanted at the park and that type of thing. The project got put together. I believe the original estimate was $2.2 million, and we actually bid it out. It came in a lot less than that. With the extra 400 that we're doing, it'll bring it to $2 million ish, right around. So I can get those exact numbers for you guys, just so that you've got them, and we'll definitely come back with just a better understanding or remembrance of, hey, this is what happened, this is when it happened, these are when the decisions got made to shift money. I can recall those coming, but I wasn't involved enough to even understand at that point what was happening, so I'll be honest.
I know it there, Dave, but I feel sorry for you, man, at that time.
Because could we get that original spreadsheet, do you think? Remember we had the spreadsheet, showed all the breakdown of all the different projects and what they would cost?
There is a spreadsheet on here, but this is it says original. I don't know how. I haven't made the spreadsheet. I will get the information for you.
I know there was one that had all the different projects broke down, and then what we were able realistically to fund, and then what had to be cut because the prices came in so much, 40% higher on construction materials.
Well, if you know that, Brother Chairman, how come you didn't share that with the rest of the council?
Well, it was all shared before. It was all shared before. Yeah, over the last couple of years.
It was before you were elected, Alderman.
You're right. I know it
before
was.
you were elected, Alderman Butler.
That's what I'm saying. If we could get the original spreadsheet,
right,
and things, then that would give a better idea of.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
And if you look at the spreadsheet that's here, because it has the numbers ARPA 1, ARPA 2, ARPA 5, 6, and 7.
Right.
That means 3 and 4 got cut. Because we would not have jumped from 2 to 5, right? So there was an ARPA 3 and an ARPA 4. Whatever those were, I don't remember. Well, I know at least what one of them was, which was the nonprofit part. I don't remember what the other one was. But those obviously got cut or changed. And it's just good to be able to look and see what the original was and what this is, and to be able to trace the changes as we come to the end of it. Not that anybody has done anything wrong or anything like that, because it's just that cost change and everything went up significantly. I remember that everything went up significantly at that time.
Okay. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Hightower?
Yes.
Bouchard?
Yes.
DeToy?
Yes.
Butler?
Yes.
Poor?
Yes.
O'Kane?
Yes.
6 yes.
6 yes. Thank you very much. Can I get any other information, okay?
Yeah, I've got 2.
Go ahead.
One, I wanted to formally announce that the grant that we've been announcing for the last couple of Tuesdays, it did open on Monday. We are accepting rehabilitation grant applicants at Public Works at 1155 East Voorhees Street. It takes about 5 minutes to fill out in the lobby, and we have all the help you need there to fill it out as well. That application, let everybody know this is going to be open for 2 weeks from this past Monday.
From yesterday, Monday, or okay.
Yesterday, Monday. All my days blend together. Having
we understand your case.
Yeah. So come in, fill out an application. It was a little light. I thought I'd have a line out the front door yesterday.
It was a holiday.
Well, I'll accept that. But come in and fill out an application. It's a lottery system. It's a fair random draw for a lottery. So come in and fill out your application for us.
All right.
And then
Question.
Oh yeah.
2 questions.
Okay.
Must people come in physically to Public Works to fill out the application?
They can come and pick one up, or have somebody come pick one up and then bring it back in. They don't have to fill it out in front of us, but we're not emailing it out. I need to double check to make sure the application. We're kind of trying to have people come fill it out in person so we can get out help them get the application filled out completely so they're not denied immediately. So we can stop them before they walk out the door if it's incomplete, and we found pretty good success in that.
Okay. And then remind me, what's the dollar amount per property?
Yeah, so this is a unique program from the past. Is if it's a full home rehabilitation, it is a cap at $50,000. If it is a exterior only, it's $20,000 capped. And it's essentially, I don't want to misspeak here, but as I recall for what our grant application was, it's 50-50. So half exterior and half full home. And it's $500,000.
And there's an income guideline for applicants?
There is, and there is a packet with all those guidelines on the application, and we've done press releases, so that information is publicly available for everybody as well.
And you must fill out a new application.
Correct.
Nothing else you filled out in the past will port over.
It's a brand new lottery.
I have a question.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Brett.
What I didn't understand about the application, why, if it's a lottery, why is there a difference between the 50% and the 80% on the income level? Why wouldn't it just be one number?
I'd have to look at it. It's just a qualifying factor. I'd have to look at it to answer you more clearly, but those are just qualifying percentages to get into the program initially.
And that's what I'm saying. If it's qualifying and if it's an open lottery, I would think, just logically, there would just be one number. You know, you have to meet 80% or 50%. I mean, why would there be two?
I can't answer that right now.
Okay.
I'd have to relook at it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I have another question. Do you know if it's been shared to our Facebook?
Yes, I checked it for the meeting. It has been shared.
Okay. Do you know when?
Oh, I do not.
Okay.
I believe we either announced it on Friday or Monday morning.
Okay.
I saw it on Facebook. I can't remember.
Okay. I'll go look for it so I can share it. Thank you.
Yes.
Alderman Hightower.
Can you please explain how the lottery system works?
Yeah. So as the applicants come in, they fill out their application. The front office staff takes the application and it gets a timestamp and date on that. Okay. And so they get filed in order and they get put into an Excel sheet from when they came in first to last by the timestamp, and that is logged on the Excel sheet. At that time, we have our very talented technical support team videotape and randomize that Excel sheet. It gets randomized several times on videotape. So it is a true lottery and randomized list. Then we reach out to, depending on how much money we have, in this case, roughly $500,000, we reach out to, the top 10 on that list, and then we run them through the application, the real application process that takes bills, tax records, vetting their income requirements at that time. If they qualify, and we start on the project.
I thought this was for lower income. Is that right?
It is.
So a person making over, was it 55 or something like that?
I have to double check the requirements for this specific program. Typically, the state or HUD sliding scale that is issued to the municipalities is right around that $40,000 mark for one individual, and then the scale slides up as you go through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up.
And one more question. With me being in Ward 3, and that's the poverty-stricken areas, can you give me an idea? Would it be in a lottery? I know you can't. But what kind of funds you think would be going toward that ward?
I have. It's luck of the draw at that time. We have attempted in the past for these state-funded grants to ask if we can choose specific target areas. The state says no.
Okay.
You have to run a lottery.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just learning.
No,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yep.
And there were some grants in the past where you take a whole block or 2-block area.
Yeah.
And all those dollars would just go in that area. Well, that's community development block grants.
Yeah, or other grant applications that we've submitted that score better with other government entities, like for development projects. We have one active right now for demolitions to the north of Carl. So,
yeah. So there's different ones that come along, and then they all have their own guidelines.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
The lottery actually kind of keeps the city out of the hot water because we're not designating any particular one. It is strictly a lottery.
Yeah, and not just that, but in the past, cities or this city has done a scoring-based system, and it's very administratively burdensome, especially whenever you receive 560 applications in a 2-week period. So, yeah, that was the number we received in the last grant round. So, yeah.
So realistically, what, you're thinking 10, 12 people?
Yeah, I mean, we can do the math.
Addresses, yeah.
Most of the current IDA grant that we're operating, they're ranging between $40,000 to $60,000. Very rarely do we find one that's below that.
Yeah. Okay, other questions? Okay, what else we have?
One more.
No,
I thought I saw this.
Comment later. Go ahead.
Yeah, one more great news really quickly. If you head down Oak Street at all yesterday or today, they are starting to build the houses.
Okay.
That came to council several months ago. Actually, it wasn't that long ago. They're going up rapidly. So if you want to see it through the process, they're not prefabbed homes, but they have prefabbed walls that they're shipping in, and then they're tacking them together. It's a really cool process. They definitely know what they're doing.
Yeah. There's all kinds of rumors going around on that before they started doing that. No, I mean, the naysayers. Never going to build them.
Yeah, right now the current home that's going up, it's the blueprint of livable area is going up right now. It does not have the garage constructed yet, so it will get substantially larger from what you see now.
That's now.
Yeah.
I think the garage was constructed today.
It's going up that quickly.
That's all right.
Okay. And the Kirshner project, I don't know if anybody's been by that corner, the buildings, there's 3 up and the 4th one going up. I mean, I can't believe how quick they put those up, all the rackings in. I mean, they closed Robinson. Getting the sewer line ran across and things. That's a biggie.
Yeah, that was just this is a full circle. If you can all remember when we started acquiring properties for that was 2.5 years ago. We've been working on this project. So these take time and they take money, but they come to fruition eventually.
Right. And then if you want to see the stormwater projects, they started basically at Voorhees Street when they did Chandler and redid that and then went from there. They're all the way up to Roselawn now.
Yeah, they're going to close Roselawn.
I mean,
they started at Columbia. Yeah.
It is amazing how, and the interceptors they're putting in those intersections, oh my gosh, they're as big around as this.
You're right. Man, it's amazing.
It's kind of inconvenient. I have to go around a couple of blocks to get home every so often, but yeah, but it's an amazing project, and that Meadowlawn area. Remember at one time they talked about just damming that up and let it be a lake again, or something. That was in one of the master plans. But
and this phase 4 that got approved here, that'll be north of Roselawn, going up to Wilkin Road is phase 4.
Yeah. People didn't realize the amount of water that ran down you know, that floodplain, I mean, that water coming from the north running down. Yep, nice project. All right, anybody else? No? Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
That's Public Works guys wanting to
Sorry.
talk. All righty, there is no need for closed session. Really no items of information. Like I said, I told you the mayor's got a group in, entertaining them, showing them the pluses of Danville, and good things happening. Now, committee members' comments. Alderman Pickering.
Oh, I get to go first?
Well, since you,
Well, I just like to, speaking of the parks earlier, I just like to thank the administration and the Parks Department. Elmwood Park looks great, what a difference. And also the court that they poured in, amazing. Just really looks good. So I just want to make sure that they know we want to thank them for that.
and one thing, I mean, some things down the road in next year's budget and hopefully beyond, with all those parks being finished, you know, with the courts, with the basketball, with the pickleball, with everything else, hopefully can start getting some youth organizations, some adult recreational stuff going again.
Be great.
I think that's in the plans.
Yep, we'll have some, just so you guys know here, we'll be bringing to you guys a schedule of upcoming events of what's planned for next year from our community health and wellness manager, Jessica Lively. She's done a great job getting things organized with the pool and been involved in a lot of the projects within these parks, getting them to a place where we feel good about inviting people out to the parks and they're in a good state. So she's been working on quite the list of activities and leagues and that type of thing that we're going to be pushing forward. So that calendar of events will be coming out here soon.
So that'd be good. I mean, giving the kids, you know, giving our youth something to do, some activities, you know, with the Boys and Girls Club and all the Garfield Park tied together, you know, the hundreds and hundreds of kids that can, you know, benefit.
Utilize it, yeah.
So,
Exactly.
and then we've got the football and football and the cheer squads and all that. I didn't realize how many hundreds of kids are involved in that.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know, you expand into you know, basketball leagues and into pickleball leagues and tennis. I mean, all that kind of, you know, have well-rounded activities in our parks again. So, all right. Anybody else have anything?
Yes,
Alderman
I
Butler.
got just one comment. You know, I thank Dave and Logan and the rest of the crew, and you know, I'm kind of getting more involved now, and Leon as well. You know, when I call them, you know, hey, they answer like that. I really appreciate it, and you know, because the people out there, they have a lot of questions, and you know, and I try to get the answers, you know, as soon as I can. And you know, I believe in being inclusive. That you know, that we're all in this together to make Danville a better place.
Yep.
And you know, to build a good rapport, you know, and relationship with each other. And you know, if we do that, get along, I mean, so we get things done without a whole lot of you know what. So I really appreciate y'all guys and our police force. I mean, you know, this we stop and talk, and by talking with them, you know, on a personal level, I done found me another fishing hole.
All righty. Anybody else? I got to get that. Alderwoman Detoy or Latoy? Detoy. I wrote it down somewhere too.
Detoy.
Yeah, it's already been, several things have already been mentioned. I was going to say thank you for, and that's the tennis courts and the parks, and I think those things are very important in a community, and it's really great to see those being all put together and fixed so that our youth, and not only of our youth, but some of us other youth can enjoy them too. The house on Oak, yes, it's totally framed, and it really looks much larger now that they've got the car garage put on, and Kirshner's Progress. Those buildings are huge. But I'm also excited about Ollie's going in.
Mm-hmm.
I understand they're going to be opening the first week in November. just in time to Christmas shop. So that's great. Also riding around, I've noticed quite a few sidewalks going in. So that's a good thing because my husband and I are walkers, and it's amazing. I used to think before I became a walker, why are people walking in the street? Well, I learned why. So it's really great that we're getting some sidewalks fixed, and we have a lot of them to go, but we got to start somewhere, and we have, and they're looking so much better. Also, 125 Payne Street. It's a project that's going on that's been funded from a grant from the city. It's looking really, really nice. In fact, all three of those that the church has done is just looking really nice. So I do appreciate that too. And I'm sure most of you have noticed Vermilion Brewing Company has their, are they calling that a beer garden, or what are they calling that? Whatever they're calling it. Anyway, it's coming along. It's coming along, and I don't drink really, but it's nice to see those things happening, and especially in our downtown, because we have a lot of work to do in our downtown. So everything that gets done, it's just exciting to see these things. You can't drive around very far through our city without you seeing some kind of progress. And we need to stop looking so much at the negative of the city and start looking at the positive of the city. Why would anyone want to live where everybody's negative?
Yep. Stay off Facebook.
Strong point there.
Don't believe what you see on Facebook, right?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Yes, so it's not true that then about that factory there then.
About what?
What's that disco thing? There's rumors about some ventilation. It's not true.
No comment.
Oh, no comment.
You say a disco thing?
Yeah, disco thing.
Disco.
No, disco fan. Yeah, man, you know.
Oh, Visco fan. No.
Yeah, because people is calling me.
I don't know what industry, but
and it's on Facebook.
Any comment at this time, we can discuss at a later date.
Yeah, okay, all right, then thank you there because people is calling me and texting me. You know, I'm in the position that I deal with environmental, the NAACP, and so I get letter from Bungie and different factories.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know if the city knew anything there, but yeah. Y'all give us.
Well, I guess it's time to go home now. Haven't satisfied the agenda. Motion for adjournment.
Move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Everybody have a great evening.